It's the dead of night in Manhattan, the kind of hour when the city finally exhales and the streets below fall into a restless hush. Up on a hidden rooftop, 30 feet above the sirens and heartbreak, a woman sits alone among blooming flowers that shouldn't survive in concrete and smog. Her hands are stained with soil, but her scrubs beneath the hoodie are still flecked with someone else's blood. She's crying quietly, no sobs, just silent tears sliding down exhausted cheeks, because downstairs in there, a little boy's heart stopped beating tonight, and she couldn't bring him back. Then a soft creak. The rooftop door opens. A man steps through, broad-shouldered and soot-marked, carrying the weight of flames he fought hours ago. He freezes when he sees her, sees the garden, sees the fragile beauty she's built out of grief. In that moment, two broken people lock eyes across moonlight and lavender, and something unspoken passes between them, like the first fragile root pushing through hard earth. What happens when love tries to grow in a place where everything else burns or dies? Will their hearts dare to open? Or will the city's dangers tear them apart before they can even bloom? If this hook is already tugging at your heartstrings, please hit that like button to let me know you're feeling it. Share this with someone who needs a story that hurts so good. Subscribe to The Spoken Pen for more emotional journeys like this. And most importantly, drop a comment telling me which part of the world you're watching from tonight. I read every single one. Now settle in. This is the fuller, deeper telling of The Rooftop Garden. Lila Thompson had learned long ago that death has a smell, metallic blood mixed with antiseptic and the faint, sour edge of fear. 8 years in the ER at New York Presbyterian had etched it into her memory. At 32, she was the nurse everyone relied on in a crisis. Steady hands, calm voice, the one who could start in 4 in a collapsing vein while a patient coded. But steadiness came at a cost. Tonight's shift had been merciless. A 7-year-old boy, hit by a cab while chasing a ball into the street. Compound fractures, internal bleeding, traumatic arrest. Lila had done chest compressions until her shoulders screamed, ribs cracking beneath her palms like dry branches. They called time of death at 2:17 a.m. The mother's wail still echoed in Lila's skull as she clocked out at 6. She couldn't go straight home to her empty apartment. Not yet. The old walk-up in the Lower East Side had a rooftop no one used. Pigeon droppings, rusted vents, a view of the East River and the endless parade of yellow cabs below. 3 years ago, after watching her mother waste away from breast cancer in a hospital bed that looked exactly like the ones Lila worked beside every day, she had started bringing up bags of soil. One by one, pot by pot, seed by seed. Now it was her secret world. Raised beds of tomatoes and herbs, trellises heavy with morning glories, sunflowers that turned their faces to whatever sunlight could fight through the skyscrapers. Lavender bordered everything. Her mother's favorite. String lights powered by a small solar panel twinkled like captured stars. A weathered bench faced the skyline. Lila climbed the final ladder just as dawn bruised the horizon pink. She knelt in the dirt, fingers sinking deep, grounding herself in something alive. The soil was cool, fragrant. Here things grew despite everything. She whispered to the plants the way her mother once whispered to her as a child. "I'm tired today. Be strong for me, okay?" Tears came then, silent, hot, unstoppable. She let them fall into the earth, watering the lavender. She didn't hear the door open behind her. Alex Harlan hadn't slept properly in weeks. Ladder 18 had pulled a brutal warehouse fire in Red Hook. 3 alarms, flashover conditions. His partner Mike went through a floor. Alex dragged him out, but the image of Mike's face behind the mask, eyes wide with terror, haunted him. Then the rookie on their truck took a bad inhalation on the next call. Alex kept replaying every decision, every second he could have been faster. At 35, he'd been FDNY for 10 years, long enough to know the job would take pieces of you forever. His father, Captain Harlan, had given everything to it, only to die of lung cancer at 58. Alex still kept his dad's old turnout coat in the closet, running his fingers over the faded name tape when the guilt got too loud. He walked the streets after shift, boots heavy, until he found himself staring up at the old 6-story building 2 blocks from the station. An anonymous tip weeks ago. Leaking pipe on the roof, potential fire hazard. Owner never responded. Typical. Alex climbed the fire escape on instinct. The rooftop door was unlocked. Another violation. He pushed it open quietly and stopped breathing. It wasn't a rooftop. It was an oasis. Green spilled everywhere. Flowers defied the concrete. The air smelled of rosemary and wet earth instead of exhaust and smoke. In the center, a woman knelt with her back to him, shoulders shaking almost imperceptibly. She was crying. Something in Alex's chest cracked open. He knew that kind of crying, the silent, bone-deep kind that came after you'd held it together too long. He should have left. Instead, he stood frozen, watching her fingers gently press soil around a tiny seedling. Lila sensed him first. A shift in the air, the faint scent of smoke that wasn't from her garden. She turned sharply. "Who are you?" Her voice was hoarse from tears and exhaustion, but there was steel in it. Alex raised both hands. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm Alex Harlan, ladder 18 down the block. There was a leak reported up here. Fire hazard check." Lila wiped her face quickly, embarrassed. Up close, he was tall, rugged, hazel eyes shadowed with fatigue, stubble dark against pale skin, faint soot still on his neck. "A leak," she repeated flatly, glancing at the corner where water had been pooling near her tomatoes. "Yeah, old pipe. Could flood this whole space, or worse if wiring's involved." She felt a stab of panic. This garden was the only thing keeping her sane. "The owner won't fix it," she said bitterly. "He barely fixes the heat." Alex crouched by the leak, careful not to step on any plants. "I can patch it temporary. Got gear in the rig. Why would you bother?" He met her eyes. "Because this place, it's beautiful. And you look like you need it to stay that way." There was no pity in his voice, just quiet understanding. Lila watched him work for 20 minutes. Efficient, gentle, moving around her beds like he already knew their importance. When he finished, he left a small note on the bench, weighted with a smooth river stone. "Patch should hold a week or 2. Your garden gave me 5 minutes of peace today. Thank you." She read it 3 times after he left, something warm unfurling in her chest for the first time in months. The gift started small. A packet of rare moonflower seeds on the bench one dawn. Note: thought these might bloom when you need them most, at night. Lila left fresh basil tied with twine. "For whatever you're cooking after saving the world. Thank you for the patch. The tomatoes are safe." A thermos of good coffee appeared after a brutal shift where she'd lost a teenager to an overdose. "Heard it was a rough one downtown. Stay warm." She replied with a sprig of lavender in a tiny vial. "For the nights that follow you home." Alex treasured it. He kept it in his locker at the station, opening it when the memories crowded too close. They didn't meet face to face again for weeks, just these quiet offerings, like two shy creatures circling each other. But the notes grew longer. Lila wrote one night after pronouncing a construction worker dead, electrocution ironic and cruel. Some nights I wonder why I keep doing this. I save strangers but couldn't save my own mom. The garden is all I have left of her. Alex read it at 3 a.m. in the station bunk room, heart aching. He replied the next morning. My dad was FDNY. Cancer from the job. I pull people out of fires, but I couldn't pull him out of that hospital bed. Some nights I climb up here just to breathe something that isn't smoke. Your garden helps. You help. Lila cried when she read it, alone among the sunflowers. Slowly the meetings began. First accidental, both arriving at dawn after awful shifts. They sat 6 feet apart on the bench, sharing silence and coffee. Then intentional. Lila would text the burner number he'd left once. Rough night. Roof. He was always there within minutes. They talked about everything and nothing. About the little boy with crayon drawings in his pocket who didn't make it. About the rookie firefighter who coded on the rig and survived barely. About their parents. How grief sits in your chest like a stone you carry forever. One October night, rain drumming on the tarp shelter, Lila finally asked the question that had been burning. Why do you keep coming back? Alex looked at her across the dim string lights. Raindrops glittered in her dark hair. Because, he said quietly, the first time I saw you crying in the dirt, something in me recognized it. That kind of tired. That kind of alone. And then I saw what you built out of it, this impossible beautiful thing, and I thought, maybe there's hope for people like us. Lila's throat closed. No one had ever seen her that clearly. She reached out, tentative, and touched his hand. Calloused, warm. He turned his palm up, lacing their fingers. They sat like that until the rain stopped, hearts beating too loud in the quiet. The first kiss happened on a crisp November evening. Lila had just come off a 16-hour shift mass casualty from a pileup on the bridge. She'd held a dying woman's hand while the woman whispered about her daughter's upcoming wedding. Alex was waiting with takeout from her favorite Thai place and a small heater he'd rigged under the bench. They ate cross-legged among the dormant beds, fairy lights glowing. I keep thinking about her, Lila said, voice breaking. She'll never see her daughter walk down the aisle. Alex set his food down, moved closer. I keep thinking about all the people we lose, he said, and how terrifying it is to care about someone new. Because what if? He didn't finish. Lila looked at him, eyes shining. What if we lose them too? Yeah. Silence stretched, heavy with fear and want. Then Lila leaned in slow, giving him time to pull away. He didn't. Their lips met, soft, tentative. A kiss that tasted of tears and pad thai and 3 months of longing. When they parted, foreheads resting together, Alex whispered, I've been falling for you since the first note. Lila's voice trembled. Me too. God, me too. But I'm so scared. I know. Me too. They kissed again, deeper this time. Hands in hair, breaths mingling, the city far below forgotten. After that, the rooftop became theirs. Stolen hours wrapped in blankets as winter approached. Alex reading poetry he'd loved as a kid while Lila rested her head on his shoulder. Lila teaching him to prune rosemary, their fingers brushing soil. Moments of raw vulnerability. Lila waking from a nightmare about her mom. Alex holding her until she stopped shaking. Alex confessing after a close call on a call. Ceiling collapse, helmet cracked. How he'd thought of her in that endless second before impact. I can't lose you, she'd sobbed into his shirt. Not after everything. "You won't," he promised fiercely. "I fight fires for a living. I'll fight for this for us." But the city had other plans. The building's owner, Victor Kane, was a known slumlord. Complaints piled up. Faulty wiring, no heat in winter, leaks everywhere. Then came the anonymous threats slipped under doors. Roof access closing permanently. Remove personal items or lose them. Lila found one taped to her garden bench. "This isn't your property. Clear it out." Panic clawed her throat. The garden wasn't just plants. It was her mother, her sanity, her fragile new happiness with Alex. Alex's station started noticing patterns, small electrical fires in Kane-owned buildings nearby. Arson suspected. Insurance fraud. "It's not safe, Lila," Alex warned one night, holding her tight. "Old wiring plus water damage. One spark." But they couldn't stay away. The roof was where they breathed. Then came the night everything almost ended. December. Bitter cold. Lila's shift. Another mass casualty, tour bus versus truck on icy roads. She triaged for hours, hands numb inside gloves, pronouncing 3 dead on scene. She got home at 4 a.m., climbed to the roof needing Alex, needing their sanctuary. Smoke curled from lower floors. Alarms screamed. Fire. Electrical 5th floor. Spread fast in old walls. Residents poured into the street. Alex's ladder company responded. His own building now. He saw the address on the screen and felt ice in his veins. Lila. He charged in with his crew, heart pounding harder than any blaze. Found her on the 6th floor stairs, coughing, helping elderly Mrs. Chun from 6B descend through thick smoke. Lila. Alex, she can't breathe. He scooped Mrs. Chun fireman carry, passed her to EMTs outside. Went back in for Lila. But the hallway flashed over. Superheated gases ignited. Beam collapsed. Alex shoved Lila clear. Took the hit himself. Pinned. Leg crushed. Pain blinding. Radio, Mayday. Firefighter down, 6th floor. Lila, nurse instincts overriding terror, crawled through smoke and debris. Found him. Tourniquet from his own belt. Elevated the leg. Talked to him constantly. "You're not dying here, Alex Harlan. Not when we've just started living." His eyes found hers through the mask. "Love you, garden girl." Backup arrived. Extricated him. Both to the hospital. Lila smoke inhalation, minor burns. Alex compound fracture. 2nd-degree burns, concussion. She refused treatment until she saw him. Sat by his bed in ICU, holding his hand, tears dripping onto the blanket. When he woke, groggy from morphine, first words, "The garden. Okay?" She laughed through sobs. Miraculously, fire stopped at 5th. "Our plants are fine." He squeezed her fingers weakly. "Good. Need somewhere to propose someday." Lila's heart stopped. "Alex. Not yet. But soon. When I can kneel properly." Recovery was slow. Alex. Surgeries, physical therapy, nightmares of collapsing beams. Lila. Counseling for the first time, processing compounded grief. Her mom, the job, almost losing Alex. But they healed together. The community rallied. News spread about the firefighter injured saving residents. The nurse who saved him in turn. Their rooftop love story. Kane was investigated. Arson confirmed in other buildings. Forced to repair everything properly. Spring came early that year. Alex, on crutches but determined, had neighbors help secretly while Lila worked nights. He planted a heart-shaped bed in the center. lavender interwoven with sunflowers, her mother's favorite and the ones that followed light, like she did. On the first warm dawn, he waited on the bench. Lila climbed up, exhausted from shift but smiling when she saw him. Then saw the heart. Then saw him lower himself painfully to one knee. "Lila Thompson," he began, voice thick. "You brought life to a dead rooftop. You brought life back to me when I was just ashes inside. Every seed you've planted, every tear you've watered this place with, every moment you've let me hold you. It's taught me that love isn't about not being afraid. It's about choosing each other anyway." Tears streamed down her face. "I love you more than breath, more than safety, more than anything this city can burn down. Marry me. Let's keep growing together." She dropped to her knees in the dirt, not caring about scrubs or protocol, and kissed him fiercely. Yes. 1,000 times yes. They married there the next summer. Small ceremony among the blooms. Neighbors, co-workers, even Mike and the rookie fully recovered. Lila wore lavender in her hair. Alex's vows. "I'll fight every fire, real or not, to come home to this garden. To you." Years later, their children would play among the sunflowers, hearing the story of how Mommy and Daddy found each other when both thought love was too dangerous to touch. Because sometimes the most fragile things, the ones that dare to grow in concrete, have the deepest roots of all. Thank you for joining me on the Spoken Pen tonight. If this deeper, more emotional version touched you, please like, share with someone who needs hope, subscribe for more stories that feel like hugs to the heart, and tell me in the comments, where in the world are you watching from right now? Your messages mean everything. Until the next tale, keep growing wherever you are.